you can find inner peace right here. Vipassana is not meditation, it's more than that, it's deeper. Okay, cut. Hi guys, I'm Srishti and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've ever tried meditating at home and you felt like, why is it so much more harder than the retreat when you were actually doing your Vipassana, then you're not alone. I completed my first Vipassana course 2 months back in January 2025. When I got back from my first Vipassana course, I was so motivated. I told myself twice a day, no excuses. But honestly, within a week, I crashed. At any cost, I did not want to lose on the technique that I had learned there. And more so, the peace, the deep calmness that I had felt there in the retreat. I was resolute. So after a few initial weeks of failure to practice Vipassana at home, I've managed to come up with a routine that has allowed me to practice Vipassana at least once daily, even at home. And in today's video, I'm excited to share with you my 5-step guide how to practice Vipassana at home, despite all the distractions in your real life. Before we get on to what has worked for me and the 5-step guide, I want to go back in time and share what mistakes I've made on the way that you can skip on and what has ultimately made me swear by this routine. If you're new to Vipassana and you're intrigued about the beginner's course, then probably you should go watch this video right here somewhere. So 2 months back, coming back home after those 10 calming days was like waking up in a totally different world. 10 days of silence, nature, structure, and zero notifications. And then suddenly you're back in the chaos of your regular life. I frankly don't know how I thought I could just slip in meditation, that too twice a day, into my daily routine like nothing had changed. Naive, over ambitious child. I'd squeeze in random sessions between work and making dinner. Someone would ring the bell, sometimes my phone would ring, or somebody would be so loud on their phone in the next room. So trying to squeeze in meditations whenever I would find the time just didn't work. And the biggest mistake, I was so stuck on this idea of meditating twice a day like they recommended when we were leaving the course. Whenever I even missed one session, I used to feel guilty and I'd be like, I am not doing this right. And I stopped. Slowly and steadily, it felt like generally life was getting at me and I was losing the calm that I had experienced back there. And I realized Vipassana at home isn't about copying the retreat as it is. Because frankly, that level of detachment is not practical or sustainable. I actually went in and checked in. The real intention behind me wanting to meditate regularly was just so that I don't lose out on the technique, which is basically silencing my mind, noticing my body. So here are the 5 steps that I took that have finally made it sustainable for me to practice Vipassana easily at home. So step 1, take the pressure off. Life at home isn't a retreat. I told myself once a day is enough. The moment I did that, I stopped feeling guilty. It was such a relief. Suddenly, meditation wasn't this huge task I was failing at. Vipassana became something that I actually wanted to do. It became a sacred me time. Second on the list, I realized random meditations just didn't work. I needed a rhythm. I looked at my day and realized early mornings before breakfast or late at night before bedtime were golden for me. The world is quiet, no one needed anything from me. There's just this calmness in the air that made it so much easier for me to go within. Bonus accountability tip, I made a pact to myself that I won't eat breakfast before I meditate, or if I miss that, then I won't sleep before I meditate. Okay, so step 3, create a sacred space or a spot in your home for meditating. One of the biggest mistakes I made was setting up in different spots in my home. Living room, sometimes bedroom. Honestly, the extra effort of taking my blanket, my gaddi, my pillows to another room became sort of an excuse not to start. Now I have my spot. Same corner in my study, same cushion, same shawl, and it's waiting. It's actually like training my brain to become still as soon as I land on that spot. Now, so try it and let me know if this worked for you. Next on the list is going to be the game changer, and I promise you'll love it. I so wish I had these in the initial few weeks when I was back from the retreat. I used to miss the instructions they used to play in the background. The other day, I was checking for courses. I realized that they have their own mobile app. So I've downloaded the Dhamma app on my mobile. And interestingly, they have those recorded instructions, both for shorter sittings and longer sittings, just like they play when you are at the center. Some messy days when you're not feeling like it, to silence your mind is a huge task. And it's comforting to know that you can just switch on the app and have Goenkaji's voice in your ear. Lastly, I have some quick posture tips for those of you who are new to meditation and yoga in general. These would really make a difference in sitting for longer sessions to meditate. So the first one is wider than the normal usual Sukhasana or the cross-leg position. More of like a butterfly posture. In hack is throw in some tiny pillows just under your knees. This makes it super comfy and cozy. You can still be in an upright posture, but now you're supported and you're not in discomfort. For people who are having trouble keeping their back straight while they're meditating, sit against a wall. Trust me, this is not cheating, it's actually smart. This actually works like a cue for you to be upright. Even during meditations, you can slouch a bit. Just having a wall behind you sort of acts as a reminder that you have to again be upright. There you have it, the 5 steps that have allowed me to consistently practice Vipassana at home. So yeah, Vipassana at home doesn't have to be perfect. Just make it doable. Make it yours, and I promise, the same deep peace that you once felt at the retreat, you can experience that even at home. Just keep practicing. I hope this has been helpful. I have just done Vipassana 2 months back, but I'm already so fascinated with the technique and the impact that it has had on my life. Drop all your comments and any questions. I'll research it and I'll get back. Any of you who wants to try Vipassana and wants to know more, reach out to me on Instagram or YouTube comments. Let's get connected. If you're an old student and you've already done a Vipassana course, share this video with all your Vipassana mates because I'm sure this will help them continue their practice, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye. Bye.